Hi Aries, thanks for tuning in and welcome to your reading for October 2019. Join me here while I shuffle and connect with your higher self. Ask your higher self to tune in and connect to my higher self so we can create a feedback loop through time and space to make sure that the messages that come through here today are tailored for you. So take a moment to set up that dialogue, and this will very much be a personal reading for you. We're going to have a look at the general energies available for Aries around this time. One more shuffle. Okay. 2 3s at the heart of the reading. Right, so you have the King and the Queen of Cups in your reading. You also have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in your reading. It's always interesting to see counterparts show up from the court cards from the same suit. Quite often can indicate, a soul connection or a romantic connection with a person that's very aligned with you. Seeing the Sun come out here together as well in the hopes and fears quadrant of your reading with this King of Cups is suggesting that you may have been or you may be calling in this person, given that this energy is representative of who you are right now and how you're seeing yourself. Never mind about the gender, it's just about the archetype here. So how I'm seeing this, there's a lot of energy in this reading for partnership. In this quadrant as well, we have the 6 of Cups upright with the 4 of Wands. This is also suggesting a very aligned connection with an individual, someone that you may have a very familiar feeling with, someone who you may have known previously in different ways, in different forms, in different lifetimes, in different, timelines, etc. And there could be some kind of union here with this person that is very aligned and very synchronistic and very much, there's 2 4s here, consolidative and very stable. Put it that way. So there's 2 3s at the heart of the reading, as I mentioned. There's 3 of Wands upright as the center card, and then 3 of Pentacles here as the crossing card in the reading. The 3 of Pentacles representing the challenge or the obstacle. So there's a few ways I can interpret this energy. One would be that perhaps at this time you may be looking for solutions to long-term goals that you may have, or you may be simply establishing long-term goals, or really thinking about longevity, or thinking about timelines, or futuristic endeavors. Being in that you may be in a space of visioning and dreaming up and using your imagination to create with. Seeing the 3 of Pentacles here as the crossing card, it could suggest here that you may be kind of, all these energies of the court cards that are in this reading, there's quite a few, right? It could be suggesting that there is an element here of some kind of coming together with a group of people to work on some kind of collaborative project, and that's what the 3 of Pentacles is here. Just take what you need, right? There's little snapshots of messages here, and not all of it will be for everyone because this is a general reading. For some of you, this is simply about envisioning and dreaming up your future, like kind of thinking about where you want to be in 5 or 10 years from now and what it will take to get you there. And at the crux of it, there is this level of wanting to establish your not just identity in the world as far as how you want to present and what you want to be offering into the world as far as your gifts and talents and your services and skills, but it's also about how you see yourself financially established and grounded over the next time period. There's a level of emotional satisfaction that you are really embodying at this time as well, and there's this kind of, I feel like there's a very calm energy, like all these upright all these upright cards at these two lower quadrants of the reading are telling me that you're coming from a place of meditative stillness with the Four of Swords. There's this Four of Swords with the Queen of Cups is kind of where you're at right now, right? So there's an element here of you having had or currently being putting time and energy and effort into contemplation, into meditation, into imagination, into emotional well-being, into establishing your center of emotional stillness and satisfaction, and coming from that place to kind of extend yourself forward as far as how you move through life and how you pursue your goals and dreams for yourself. And that's really beautiful. It's very stable. It's very intelligent. It's very grounded. It's very graceful. There's a lot of poise and elegance in that. It's a great place to start from. I think with all of the all of the information that's available to us now through the internet, as far as like consciousness and personal development and manifestation and all those kind of things, the fundamental key that most teachers will speak about is coming from that place of being in the vibration of that, emotionally intelligent, already achieving those things that you want, and from that place of a kind of vibrational constitution of that kind of stable, strong, already kind of contentedness, and feeling that energy of what it already feels like to be in the space that you're trying to go towards. It's that vibrational match that would actually generate the manifestation of those dreams and visions. So this is telling me that you are actively working on that with the King of Pentacles here as well. Like, I feel like these two cards are representative of your energy right now and where you're coming from. It's very grounded and elegant place of emotional intelligence and internal abundance, and grounded, already contented, already feeling that sense of attainment. And from that place, you're kind of moving onward and through life with aspirations and with visions and long-term goals. So that's very much on a personal level, but I do feel, if you've seen my channel, if you've seen my videos before, I'm not really big on talking about soulmates or twin flames or relationships in general with other people, because I'm really interested in supporting you on how to develop yourself individually and as a seeker, how to get the best out of yourself. So I'm not really interested in talking about partnerships and when you're going to meet your twin flame or any of that kind of stuff. However, it is in this spread here, so I kind of feel like I do need to acknowledge it, because there is this, as I said, this counterpart energy here with the Sun card giving a lot of light and fire and passion and happiness and joy to a counterpart energy with these two cup court cards, King and Queen here, being kind of blessed by this Sun energy. So that could be around for some of you. There could be someone in your vicinity that may be showing up. Could be someone that you've already been communicating with for a while. It may not be a new person, someone that you've been kind of like getting to know. There could be getting closer energy around this time. For some of you, this is in the hopes and fears quadrant, it could simply be that you may be actively pursuing the manifestation of a partnership. I think that's all I need to say about that. Now, these upper quadrant cards here, you have the Wheel of Fortune. It's in reverse as the crowning card position of your reading. And then here you have Queen of Wands in reverse with Death. And then there's Nine of Pentacles in reverse here. So this part of the reading is quite a stark contrast from the rest of the spread here, where you have all these upright, confident, happy, abundant, emotionally stable cards. And then in these outcome positions, you have this energy here, which could be a little bit, there's a sense here with these four cards that there could be a turn of events or some kind of shift occurring for you that throws you off a little bit. And maybe there's something that you didn't see coming that may be making you have sort of an emotionally difficult time, or your response to it may be something in the nature of maybe an emotionally immature reaction. So it's quite a contrast from the rest of the spread here. And I feel that yeah, this Nine of Pentacles in reverse as well. I guess this is just your higher self giving you options. Like you can come from that space that I described earlier with like the embodied energy, and move through life and establish really clear goals, and kind of channel your energy in a really profound way towards that which is already yours to claim. Or you can experience life from the position of a little bit of tantramatic kind of energy. That's what the Queen of Wands reverse is giving, this like, why is this happening to me, poor me kind of feeling, like a little bit frustrating here. And that could be as a result of maybe a turn of events that is, in your perception, potentially taking you away from that which you feel you're actively working towards manifesting, and it has already been, effectively showing up. I feel that the message here is to just be aware of your perceptions and not necessarily judge a turn of events for how it may seem on the surface. And keep in mind that the universe is always working on your behalf with your cooperation to bring things to your awareness, to show you where there's work to do. And sometimes when those kind of events show up that look like they're a disaster or some kind of crisis or some kind of turn of events that makes you maybe feel like a victim in some ways, or some kind of, you get something dramatic that may not feel like it's in alignment with the things that you are actively working towards. I think it's important to just remember to show up in a neutral way to those things, in a trusting way, in an obviously, in an apparent way, in a willing way to work actively to alchemize and transform what it is that you can glean from any situation, from any event, rather than say like, why is this happening to me, or what did I do to deserve this, or that kind of energy. It's about bringing the awareness there to what you can learn, like how can you create benefit for yourself, what value can you glean from a circumstance or a situation to bring you to higher learning, to bring you to a greater awareness and a bigger understanding. Okay, bottom of the deck we have 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords reversed, 3 of Swords, and Page of Pentacles in reverse. So it's interesting again that these extended cards here are giving a similar feeling that the reading is giving, where there's this kind of dichotomy. It's very split. Like there's this very uplifted, beneficial, kind of loving, supportive, enlightening energy, and then there's also this energy of distress and tumultuousness and temper tantrum, and that kind of like poor me energy a little bit. Here there's this like joy and upliftment and satisfaction and like everything you ever wanted, right? But then along with that there is also some heartbreak and some sadness and some feeling of defeatedness, or having kind of like almost given up right before perhaps you're about to kind of receive all the blessings or all the rewards of the things that you've been working towards. So really interesting reading here, Aries. Just checking over to see if there's anything else here. I feel like I'm going to leave it there. I hope that there's things in there for you. So now we're going to take the Voyager deck and give another reading using the same layout. It's called the Higher Octave Spread. And it's designed to provide a little bit more insight on what may be happening on a karmic and spiritual level, to hopefully show or guide us towards what action to take, or how to approach the circumstances to make the most out of the opportunity that we're faced with at this time. So join me again while I shuffle. Send your energy into the deck so I can get really clear messages for you. And one more shuffle. Let's take a look. 6 of Cups reversed. We had the 6 of Cups here in the previous reading. Ace of Worlds crossing, it's also reversed. Chariot, Lovers reversed. 10 of Wands reversed. 8 of Worlds, 8 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands reversed. Man of Crystals, it's King of Swords. Universe reversed. 9 of Cups upright with the Child of Worlds, that's this card, the Page of Pentacles. It's upright in this reading. 4 of Cups, 9 of Wands, and 10 of Crystals reversed. Okay. Hanged Man is at the bottom of the deck. So I feel that this reading is giving a more clearer actual description of what the previous reading was about, and I feel like I have a better understanding now of the energy here. I feel that the description in the previous reading was in effect describing what's here, in that there is this energy opening up for you, but you may not be able to see it right now because you might be in this position here where you're experiencing maybe some heartbreak or some defeatedness or some frustration, maybe in the sense that you may feel like it's never going to happen for you, or you're starting to lose hope in your own ability to be a co-creator. This kind of energy is what I'm feeling. But what I am, and how that's showing up is that in the physical world, in the mundane reality, you may be faced with a crisis or an event that is asking you to compromise and sacrifice. And to you, that looks like you're losing everything, or that may feel like that energy I described earlier, where there's this sense of loss of confidence or loss of hope or loss of will to continue, because events on the surface may look like you're losing again. And maybe you've worked so hard and you've been kind of struggling, and you finally got back up on your feet, and you've been working towards new goals and aspirations, and you're being hit with something really hard right now that's making you feel like, fuck, I can't believe this is happening again. But it's really clear here in the spread, what's being described is it's kind of a test of faith, and there is a level here of you being asked to willingly let go and to surrender and to compromise and to sacrifice into that which is being revealed to you. In a way, there is a kind of test of trust here, and I'm not kind of telling you this to kind of like motivate you or trick you into doing something that will have a reward at the end of it. It's not really the point here, but it does describe here that if you are able to surrender and let go and accept that which is already transforming and being kind of evolved and deconstructed in your life, there is reward waiting for you. There is that kind of happiness at the end of that gold at the end of the rainbow. There is that fulfillment and satisfaction and joy waiting for you, but it does require you to kind of push that little bit further and dig that little bit deeper to find that. It's almost like you've got to touch places within you, like the parts of you that have maybe been ignored. There's like this energy of kind of, I'm feeling like I'm inside of a damp, wet cave that's really dark, and there's like crevices and corners of the cave that completely never see light, but within those little areas there is so much light trapped, and it's kind of like a metaphor for your physical body, your energetic body. You're being asked to dig deep and find light in places where there hasn't been any activity for a while, and it's a way of kind of, how do I describe that? You're basically getting like extra electromagnetic energy, like your I don't know how to describe it. Your current or your electricity or your field, your force field is being amped up, and it's through this process of deconstruction and like total surrender and sacrifice that you actually get to those places where that maybe old stagnant energy is being revealed and released, so that you can actually just simply contain more light within you. And now I'm speaking in very metaphysical terms here, and usually I try to keep it pretty earthy and pretty like on the level with my readings and the descriptions here, but I feel like I had to just explain it that way for you. So the guidance here from your higher self is to really dig deep and channel your utter will into this situation, and use your fiercest determination, your unwavering trust in the universe and in yourself too. There's definitely energy here to help you see that you are more than capable of doing this, and the growth path that you're on is so accelerated and so profound that the changes you're experiencing may feel like they've been going on forever, but there is a point here where you're going to pop out eventually and see that it's been so worth it, more than worth it, and the joy that you're opening up to is maybe greater than you've been able to experience before. There is definitely, like, you may have been hitting the bottom depths of the deepest parts of sadness, of sorrow, of frustration, of irritation, of you know, hopelessness, depression, whatever it is that you've been going through. But you're on such an accelerated growth path here, and there may have been, like, as a turn of events, there may have been some like losses or frustrations or whatever, and there may have been, you know, whether or not it's about other people or just you. There is a light at the end of the tunnel here. I'm feeling that there is definitely like an energetic support in the unseen world from your higher self and your guides and the people that are like the energies that are working to support and nurture and kind of usher you and orchestrate you towards that which is, you know, important for your experience, for your expression, for your development. But it may look like, on like the way it might be playing out for you in your daily living is that you may be getting this feeling of being stripped of everything, and that could very well be true. But there is like this opening up energy that I want to encourage you with, to kind of keep moving forward and keep digging deep to find the willpower to keep moving onward and upward towards the light that is opening up for you, and channeling as much trust and willingness that you can. Hangman, that's that sacrifice I was talking about. 10 of Cups reversed, Sage of Crystals, and 4 of Crystals reversed. And then there's Woman of Cups here. I'm going to take that along with Illumination. So yeah, basically what I just described, you know, there's this feeling of losing it all maybe. You know, there's a feeling of like having to give up everything, having to sacrifice everything, having to surrender everything, having to let go of everything. And that feeling very like painful and confusing and very, very, very challenging. And in the midst of it all, there's this energy of your higher self, your wisdom, your internal knowing. This is the Sage of Crystals, guiding you forward, continually kind of nudging you in the right direction, attempting to kind of support you and show you the way, but it being up to you every step of the way to actually take that next movement forward and to take that next step into the parts of you that are like unknown and unexpressed maybe until now. And then, as I said, it's not my job here to try to trick you to do something that by promising you some reward at the end of it. But there is all these cards here, these 4 cards in the outcome position. There is Woman of Cups called Rejoicer, Ace of Wands, Illumination, and then here is 9 of Cups, Fulfillment, and Child of Worlds, Player in this deck. So this is all that energy I was describing here, where there's this opening up to profound joy and new energy, fun, laughter, illumination, vitality, sexual healing even. There's all this energy here, fulfillment, satisfaction, contentedness, happiness, joy. Like, you may have been like really wondering where all that stuff is for a while now. But here it's the message is here really loud and clear. You may have been asked to give up everything. You may have been asked to let go of everything. You may have been asked to be stripped bare. And as much as you can willingly cooperate with that and fight against the urge to struggle against that energy and use all the trust and all the courage and all the will and all the strength that you have, there's an utter transformation here, like I feel like all entirely made over, like every cell of your body is getting like a switch up. And it is worth it. It is worth it. Like, keep going. Don't give up. You're so close now to actually seeing the fruits of your labor in this experience that you've been through. And in not too long of a time, like maybe within a short amount of time, a couple of months, 6 months or a year, you look back at this time and think, fuck, I can't even believe my life right now. Like, look where I was and look where I am now. It's that kind of energy in this reading. Extremely profound. Total makeover, total shift here. But, you know, like, it doesn't necessarily say you're going to move house or change partner or change career, any of that stuff. It could be down the line, but this is more of like what's going on in your internal space. It may be triggered by outside events, but this is very much about what's going on within you and the light that's within you. All right, Aries, checking over here, but I feel that that's it for your reading. Total change. Yeah, you have 2 aces in the reading. The Hangman is really the most, I feel like that's the most telling card of this reading. The Hangman sorry, it's describing that energy that I've been mentioning again and again about total surrender, absolute compromise, totally total submission, you know, to life, to the circumstances that you may be feeling under the pressure of. And it's in that energy of submitting your will to a higher will that this transformation can really accelerate and take on its form in the way that your higher wisdom actually has designed it. So the point of all that is don't struggle against what's happening. It may be uncomfortable, but it's in that issuance of complete surrender and trust to the process that you'll be able to really move through this with more grace and with more dignity and with greater ease and comfort. Because I know this is an uncomfortable feeling. You must be quite uncomfortable what you're in right now. But the end is in sight. Wishing you well, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next reading.